Hey everybody, it's the end of day 50. We did just under 12 miles today, and as you can see the tent back there, we are stealth camping tonight. The next shelter's, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles ahead. Oops. And we just didn't have it in us to go that far. We actually prefer stealth camping anyway. It's nice to have privacy and not all those other thru hikers around. It was a pretty uneventful day. A lot of rocks on the trail. This section of the trail heading out of Pennsylvania is supposed to be the worst, and we're gonna have more of that tomorrow. We got about 11 miles, a little over 11 miles. Yeah, I got bugs all over me. Anyway, a little over 11 miles to get to the border. I'm going to go to the Delaware Gap tomorrow. I think we'll probably stay there. Anyway, it was an uneventful day. Had a few views, but really not much to talk about other than just trudging down the trail. And ouch. The bugs are starting to come out. The sun's going down. Today's summer solstice, and the longest day of the year. And then it's going to start getting shorter from here. So let's see. Really not much to talk about. So I'm going to get some sleep. Got the bear bags hung, and dinner is done. So get some sleep and head into Delaware Gap tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have something more to talk about. But other than that, that's it for today. So we'll catch you on down the trail. Good morning, everyone. It is June 21, day 51 on our adventure. Yesterday was pretty uneventful. Did just under 12 miles. These Pennsylvania rocks are they're getting smaller, but they're just everywhere on the trail, and it's harder to walk, but we actually made pretty good progress considering. I guess we're getting our trail legs under us. Yeah, we stayed at the hostel the night before last night. I highly recommend Bert's Steakhouse Restaurant and Hostel. A good place to stay. We stayed there 3 nights, and it was very relaxing. We got some slack packing in, not as many miles as we would have liked to, but we had to adjust so we could climb the gap in good weather. Anyway, so Robert dropped us off yesterday, and we hiked our miles over here. We had a couple good views, but you know, after a while the views start looking the same into the valley. Yeah, nothing much exciting. We passed on the edge of the Wind Gap. We had to go climb down the gap, and then we had to go underneath Interstate 80, I think it is. And we got just to they call them boroughs up here instead of villages, the borough of Wind Gap, right to the line there. And we were trying to cross the highway, and an elderly couple stopped and asked if we needed a ride into town, which I thought was kind of cool. People are friendly, they are hiker friendly, and they always are around to help. But we kindly said we didn't need a ride, that we were heading on up the trail, and we thanked them. Got across the highway. We saw 2 jugs, water jugs there, gallon water jugs, and we got excited because there's not a lot of water on this section of the trail, and of course they were empty. So we continued our hike, took a couple breaks, got the found our campsite, and got set up. We were getting low on water. We had enough for dinner, but our drinking water was really low, so we decided to we had a jug of water for breakfast. We decided to use that for drinking water. So this morning we packed up and we're hiking 2 miles to the next campsite, and there's a spring there. So hopefully we can get enough water to cook our breakfast. We'll have a later breakfast, and then we'll continue on down the road, the trail. About 3 miles after that there is a shelter, and it must be close to civilization because supposedly there's a building behind the shelter that has a spigot, and you can get fresh water out of that, so we'll be able to fill up all of our water supply. So that's good. We're going to try to do 12 miles today, get to Delaware Water Gap. That's right on the border of New Jersey. So tomorrow we will be putting these Pennsylvania rocks behind us, and hopefully the trail starts smoothing out after that. Other than that, not much happening here on the trail. So I guess I will sign off for now, and I'll update you later. So I'll catch you on down the trail. Hello everyone. Walking down the trail. We've done a little less than 3 miles. We made it up to the spring and got some water, and then we cooked our breakfast. So we just finished doing breakfast, and we decided, you know, we got Wolf Rocks coming up. That's a whole mile of boulder scramble, and I've just about had it with Pennsylvania rocks and boulders. So there's a Blue Blaze bypass trail about a mile long, and you know what? We're taking the Blue Blaze bypass because this is our hike and we can do what we want. I know the purists will condemn us, but I don't really care. This is my adventure. So anyway, this trail is nice. Not a whole lot of rocks. I can actually walk right now without my poles to hold me up. So my poles have saved me a couple times this morning on these rocks. I tell you what, you misjudge and hit a rock wrong and your ankle twists. If I hadn't had that pole to stop me from falling, I would have twisted an ankle and I'd probably be out of the hike. So you really got to be careful. So anyway, that's the latest update. We're walking around the boulders. We probably right now we've got about 9 miles to go to get to Delaware Water Gap, and that's right on the New Jersey border. There's a hostel there run by a church. It's a donation-based hostel. They also allow camping, and so we're going to stop there. Supposedly it's the oldest hostel on the trail, so I'm going to check that one out, and I'll probably tent there tonight rather than stay in the hostel. I'd rather be out in my tent if I can, have a little privacy. So anyway, that's the latest update from the trail, and I'll catch you on down the trail. Climbing up the hill behind the Kirkbridge shelter because there is some type of retreat up here, and the AWOL guide says there is a spigot that can be used by hikers to get fresh water. Yay, no filtering. So we're gonna walk up here. Let's see, I only see cars parked there, so there's a parking lot. Not often you find fresh water at a shelter or close to a shelter, but today is our lucky day. Sure enough, look at this. Ha ha ha. There's the shelter, the retreat. There is the spigot of fresh water. All right. have me a drink and fill up my water supply. Get you on down the trail. What I got. Mighty fine. Get you on down the trail.
You guys got a snake?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's moving. That's number
Holy
20.
moly.
It's number 24.
Yeah, really.
What's its name?
This one will be L.
Oh.
I think it's Lenny.
Lenny.
I think this one.
Well, we're looking down into the Delaware Water Gap area. Almost down this steep slope. It's really rocky and it's a hard climb down, but once we get down, we're going to get ourselves a room to stay in tonight. So there you have it. I'll get you on down the trail.